Oh my God, this is so much colder than I thought it was going to be. These cans have been sitting in the car all day and I for sure thought they were going to be warm. I was still prepared to drink them. Oh, actually cold. I've just been to Lidl to do the shop. I've obviously, well, not obviously, but I don't often have any kind of hair and makeup. I did my makeup this morning and I felt like a completely different person. But I've also had my hair done. A little something different, some layers. She went a little bit shorter in the front just so that I could do, you know, like a little, I thought that was cute. I needed something different, plus I needed it to be shorter. It's just getting a little bit out of hand and difficult to deal with. The longer I leave it, the harder it is to brush through. Hello. It's been ages since I've done a YouTube live. Feels like forever. I used to do them all the time. Thank you. I'm really enjoying it. And we are going to go not lighter, but just put some kind of like different things in it for the car, because I didn't realize how low my battery was. Yeah, I wanted to decide what I was going to do with my hair when we go to Vegas. Do you know, this length I really like. I would actually almost keep it this length. I thought I was probably going to have it longer than this in October, but I think it kind of comes to a point where you think, what are you actually growing your hair out for? Never style it. I don't think that long is super flattering for me. I think this is a really flattering length of cut. So yeah. Have you not had it down yet? Have you not? What? I can't understand. Have you not had it down yet as it's lovely? No. I'm gonna need more Michelle. I've literally just had it done this morning, so I haven't done anything with it since then. But usually I would obviously throw it up by now. Oh, it's been a super long day. Have you decided what you're doing colour wise for October? Not a lot. It's just going to be kind of like some light sections, but I kind of like it like this, you know. I think this would be nice. I'm thinking photos. I'm doing well, Tracy. Thank you for asking. How are you doing? Tired. Back to work tomorrow. How did that happen? I know I have a longer weekend than the average person, but my weekends kind of, what I love for a weekend is to be a proper, like do nothing at the weekend. This weekend, all day Saturday, I was helping my brother lay, well, I laid the actual flooring. He did all the other bits, the prep and all that stuff. And I've just kind of like physically, I feel like I'm just recovering from that. Sunday I did absolutely nothing. Yesterday, what did I do yesterday? Oh, cleaning. And then my friend came around. And then today I had my hair done, but then I did go out and film some stuff for some Shop With Me videos. So there is that, but I feel like I've completely wasted my days this week. So I'm like, how is it Wednesday already? Had it done yet? Sorry, I thought you were saying you had to get it done. No, sorry, Michelle. It's probably me. No, I was talking about what I was going to have done for October. Everything's gone dark. What does that mean? What does that mean? But no, I like this cut. I think this cut is good. Also, we were talking about the dress that I'm going to wear for the renewal, and we were back and forth, and I said there is this one dress on ASOS that is really fabulous, because honestly I have been on a bit of a, whatever dress I wear, I want to feel nice in the pictures and I don't want to feel self-conscious, and I don't want to be like aware of angles, like, oh god, don't take a picture of me from that angle, or I hate that, you know what I mean? Everyone has their things and I'm like, I don't want that. I don't want to feel that way, and I don't want to, leading up to the holiday, be thinking about that. So there is this one particular dress that I'm fairly, I mean, I know I'll love it. And another thing about it is that I could have it then altered to be like a midi dress, so that potentially I could wear it again in the future. I mean, it's white, sparkly sequins, so it is really out there, but I could still wear it in the future. And I quite like the idea of having a dress that I could then wear on our anniversary in the future. But it's like kimono-y. Ooh, 20% off everything on ASOS deals every few weeks. Yes, you make a great point. Plus, Ella actually has a student discount. Not that I would ever use somebody else's student discount, but let's say Ella was buying it for me. I However, this particular dress is about £230 on ASOS, and I didn't pay £230 for either of my previous wedding dresses. That's not true. My first one was from Monsoon, was probably in that region, and then my second wedding dress was very, very cheap, just like a little white dress from ASOS, hilariously. So I really don't know if I want to pay that kind of money for a dress that I know I'm only going to wear for a few hours, just us in Vegas, when I'm already paying through the nose for a photographer. That's expensive. That's the biggest outlay. Although I have now booked the chapel, which I'm really excited about. So I found the exact dress that I want from ASOS. I found it on Vinted, and I found it for £100. Second hand, obviously. And there are some on eBay as well. But considerable chunk saved. So what I'm thinking of doing, because there are a few that I quite like, I'm thinking of ordering a few from ASOS. It's a little bit nerve-wracking because I know I'm only going to keep one if I end up keeping one from ASOS. And to buy several, because they're expensive, they're not like normal dresses, I'm considering buying like, let's say 4. Because there are a few that I'd quite like to try. And size-wise, I'd quite like to know, even if I was to buy one second-hand, it'd be good to know what size I was looking at. But I thought I might do that, and then I'll film a video for you guys. But I am a bit nervous because if I end up paying like £800 for a load of stuff, I'm like, what if something goes wrong and they don't receive the returns? But I have a feeling that if I buy it new from ASOS, it will be difficult to return this one particular dress. It's very, very beautiful. And it feels very Vegas because it's got like, it's just really, really glam. I'll post a picture of it on my Insta stories after this, so you can see which one I'm talking about. But that is what I'm kind of leaning towards, because the one I love, love, love that I already have, because I bought so many dresses on eBay, the one I love, 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 love is that sequiny one, but I just don't know if it's actually the right style for me, you know. Watched your earlier vlog with the crazy school drivers. Now I'm sat on the school run and watching the crazies in real life. What goes on with people? What goes on with people outside school? I swear to God, every single day. And if I can, I get here really early or I wait a long time to leave. Because what is it going to be? 2 to 5 minutes of your life. Someone will be coming and someone else just is like, no, I'm not waiting, I'm going. How are you going to do that? You can't drive over each other. Insane. Worst possible driving I've ever seen is outside of school. Got anything booked for this year other than that in October? No, we're going to go with the kids to London and to do a few other things in the summertime, but we are nervous to do a big family trip again. And while there are still the restrictions about traveling, we're prepared for it in October. We don't know if it'll still be in place, but we're prepared for it. We don't want to book anything major. We are then going to plan to go back to Disney World next summer with the kids, which is why we're not doing a big family trip this year. Our Vegas trip is rescheduled from January. But otherwise we wouldn't be booking anything else because the Disney trip it's a 2 years worth of trip, really. Use PayPal or credit card, then the returns will be super safe and easy. I never even thought about that. I always do ASOS tracked returns from the post office. Yes, I do that too, and to be fair to them, they did sort it out. But I did once send a package and I was only refunded half of the stuff that I sent back. It wasn't a lot of stuff, but I contacted them, let them know what the problem was, and they did refund me the remainder. But it just makes me nervous when it's like, because that wasn't a lot of stuff, and that's the only time that's ever happened to me. But if you're talking hundreds of pounds worth of stuff, they might not be quite so quick to try and resolve that issue. But yes, I probably am safe with PayPal and stuff. So what holidays has everybody else got booked for this year? USA dropped their mask mandates on airlines and airports this week. It's a good step in the right direction in terms of the other potential restrictions being lifted, but I honestly don't care about masks. I would, if they said right now for the rest of your life you have to wear a mask on an aeroplane, truly couldn't care less. That did not affect me whatsoever. It didn't bother me. The mask thing, at most it was annoying for makeup and that was it. The actual walking around wearing masks never bothered me. It only ever bothered me if I was wearing makeup and I knew it was wearing the makeup off. But if I never had to take the mask off, then it wasn't a big deal. Oh, going to Cornwall this Saturday. That'll be nice. Before I had my son, we were going to Barbados, and now we have a child. We're going to Butlins. Liz, don't let this be your life. I've never been to Butlins. I know, I'm a terrible parent. We've never done the like that kind of holiday. It's not my vibe. It's not for me. It isn't. You know, I've got a lot of stick, really only from people that don't know me, people, you know, internet people. I've got a lot of stick over the years for taking my kids on holidays that I want to go on, but I'm paying for the holiday and we take them places that they want to go. If you ask both my children, it's hilarious because Lee and I are both quite set on going back to Disney World next year, and we think timing wise, for the ages that they are, this is the sweet spot for like the last proper family trip. If we wait much longer, it won't quite be the same because Milo still has the magic. And if you ask both of the children, like, right, we can go on holiday in August, where do you want to go? They would both say, independently, Vegas. They love it. It's great. It is, and I stand by it. It's a great place to take kids. Fantastic. Pools. There's shops. It's great. The weather is great. I love it all. No holiday for us this year. We just bought a house, which will be built by the end of the year. Oh, that's so exciting. That is so exciting. Decided not to go abroad, so we're thinking Edinburgh. We've been to Edinburgh for the past couple of summers, like for a few nights. We like Edinburgh. In fact, I think it was last summer we went because Ella wanted to do that for her birthday. Got to Chester overnight tomorrow for our 20th anniversary. Congratulations. Going to NYC in 4 weeks. I remember we were we were there at the same time in 2020. Yes, because I remember you sending me a picture of the building you were in, or the hotel rather, and I thought I recognized that hotel. You got your head on so pretty. Any plans with U&M coming up? Thank you. And what have we that got that beautiful face of like this? We're going to see Hanson together because that's what Emma got me for my birthday. So that's coming up in a few months. But I don't know if we've got any plans in between. I'm not sure. Not sure. Trains are so expensive now. We used to meet up in Birmingham and London and stuff occasionally, but it's just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pounds to do anything like that. I'm going to Essex in a few weeks on holiday. Not wanting to go too far away from home. There's a few health issues and I panic if I get too far away. Do you know, I think loads of people are feeling like that now. I've never had any kind of like travel or I've always considered myself to be very independent and not concerned about things like that, but I have felt very, very anxious about being stranded and being away from home in the past year or so in a completely foreign feeling to me. So I think a lot of people have felt like that recently. Just come back from St. Lucia. Oh, I bet that was amazing, Jasmine. We're off to Mexico, been delayed for 2 years. Oh, have you tried any CeraVe products? No frills, but well worth it. I think you'd like them. I have, but for that reason, I didn't find them to be all that amazing. And I didn't think that they were particularly cheap either, was my issue. Ella really likes CeraVe. She's got sensitive, acne-prone skin, although Skin and Me has massively, massively cleared up her skin. She was really, really hot on skincare, much more than me. She knew everything about everything. And CeraVe worked really well for her in terms of like keeping everything really calm because she needed something very simple, but it just wasn't, my skin isn't particularly sensitive, and so I could use other stuff. I wasn't particularly impressed by CeraVe stuff. Where's my top from? This is forever old, from Primark. Years ago. Having a holiday with our little dog. He deserves one too. I agree. Lee doesn't want to take money on holiday. Not because he doesn't love him, because he loves him more than us. He loves him more than he loves us. But I think he's nervous of his like routine being thrown out of whack a little bit, and he's nervous that he won't like it. What's your thoughts on luxury bag collecting now? I mean, I don't have any specific thoughts. I don't know whether or not you mean like about other people doing it, about me doing it. I used to buy expensive items because there were only so many holidays I could go on per year. There was only so many things I could spend my money on. And I thought it was a nice thing to be able to spend my money on because I couldn't do necessarily other stuff with it. Now, because we have a house that is just our house, I probably spend the money that I used to spend on luxury items on house stuff. DIY things or like stuff for the house, I would say. That's probably more where my money goes. But I don't have any particular feeling about it, honestly. There are certain things that I always had a cap of, I'm not going to feel comfortable above this amount of money, and that hasn't changed. But the cap's probably reduced slightly. I would spend, like, the most I ever spent, I think, was £1,600, which is a whole lot of money on an item. But that's the most I ever spent, and that was on my little mini Chanel bag for my 30th birthday. No regrets whatsoever, because I bought it obviously 6 years ago, so the price has risen now anyway on those bags. But I bought it VAT free at Heathrow, which is no longer available since we left the EU. And it just felt kind of like all the stars aligned for me to buy that bag. So I don't feel bad about the stuff that I have bought, but I don't feel like, oh, I must have more, you know? There's occasionally things that I want, but I'm not like driven to buy more and more. How did the doggy go with hydrotherapy? He still goes. Turn this back on just for the AC because it is warm. Let me just check that I'm not like totally running down my fuel. Yeah, he still goes once or twice a month. He could do with going more, but it's quite far away. I don't know whether or not it's really helping, but it's not making anything worse. You do love your SLG, to be fair. Yes, that's true. I'm much more into small leather goods than I am handbags now, because you can swap them out and it's a little bit more exciting. I did last buy myself something when I hit 10 years on YouTube in 2020. But I'm less excited about those as well now, because I haven't really been anywhere. Like right now, okay, so perfect example. Right now, I've been out all day. I didn't bring a handbag with me. I just brought this that's got some lip products in it, which clearly from looking at me, I haven't used. My bank card, some ibuprofen. It's just like a tiny little push-up thing. I'm not really carrying a handbag on a regular basis, so I'm just not excited about purses and things to put in purses and things to put in handbags at the moment. It's just a phase of life, I think. But I love little bits. What's your guilty pleasure at the moment? Food, drink, TV show, etc. I don't know. I've developed a taste for red wine. I like a very small. I didn't appreciate how small a glass of wine I drink until I drank with other people, because I'll have like a large glass and I'll fill it maybe a quarter, and that's a glass of wine, and then I'll have another glass of wine if I want one, but that's my glass of wine. And then I was drinking with someone else who filled the glass all the way up to the top, and I was like, oh, so when we're talking about a glass of wine, they're two very different things. But I will have a glass of wine probably every evening, and I have developed a taste for red wine. I really enjoy not particularly expensive red wine, but it needs to be quite dry. However, the issue that I'm having is it only takes a very small amount of it, and I've got a black tongue, and I think my teeth are becoming discolored much quicker than with anything else that I've eaten or drunk. So I've bought some Crest White strips to see whether or not I can remedy that. But I have found that it kind of scratches an itch, you know, like what I would have done. I might have before said like, oh, I'd really like a bottle of lager or something like that. If I have a bottle of lager, I'd want another bottle of lager. But if I have a small glass of red wine, that's all I want. It's a bit like with sweet things. There are certain things that I'll have something sweet and then I want something savory again. And then there are certain things that, like, oh no, that tiny little thing scratches the itch. Do you know what I mean? So that's probably my guilty pleasure, a little glass of red wine. In terms of what I am watching right now, would be Private Practice, which I never watched the first time around. Or, you know, I think I didn't watch it, but the more I watch it, the more I think, I recognise this storyline. Did I watch this before? It's a spin-off of Grey's Anatomy with Addison. What I'm particularly enjoying about it is this is like from like the mid-2000s, and there are people alive in this show that are no longer alive. So it feels like an alternate universe. Like they keep calling people, or there have been full-on crossover episodes. And I'm like, oh my God, it's this person who's not been in Grey's Anatomy for so long. So I'm quite enjoying that. And I've got a couple seasons left of it, but I wish they'd made more because I could watch 20 seasons. If you ever looked at Coach bags, they're lovely, very well made. Yes, I do. I really like Coach bags. And a couple of, probably a year ago now, I was looking at their, like a satchel bag, the one that looks a bit like the Louis Vuitton pochette Metis, you know, the one with the little turn lock, just like a satchel. Really liked those. And I was looking at those secondhand on eBay because I liked the original ones more. We have been watching the new series of Selling Sunset. I'm really struggling to care, honestly. We'll watch it, but I'm struggling to care. It's all about the Shays McDade now. Garden decor, DIY pergola, bench swing. The bench swing. I was sitting on my bench swing yesterday like, this is the life. This is the actual life. Have you heard that Century 21 has closed in NYC? Yes. Century 21 closed in 2020. Because if we remember, Sonia Morgan finally got her deal on Real Housewives of New York. And she was selling with Century 21, and then they closed. Can't catch a break, but that was really disappointing. I'm a red wine monster. I use charcoal toothpaste, works a treat. Fantastic, Laura. I am going to buy some charcoal toothpaste tomorrow because it's actually terrifying. If you've never, and I was talking to a friend the other day because we were on Zoom and we were both drinking red wine, and I said, show me your tongue. I'm like, explain to me how this is only me. And she didn't have the same thing. And while I'm drinking it, I can't really like drink it socially because I start to look like I'm dead because I get like it discolors my lips. What is it? Is it just me? Is it because I'm drinking a particularly dry red wine? If you drink a lighter, fruitier one, does it not have as much like of the colour in it? Is it tannins? I don't know. But it is particularly bad. So I don't even know. If I drank a whole bottle of it, I feel like I'd start to turn a different colour because I just seem to absorb this. But when you brush your teeth, when you spit out, it's black. It's not red, it's black. You actually think you might be dying. That's quite terrifying. But yeah, I do enjoy. Do you know what? I haven't got anything in the house. And I just went to Lidl and I was like, shall I buy a bottle of wine? And I thought, no, I shan't buy a bottle of wine. I shall forgo the bottle of wine this week. And now we're talking about it. I'll probably get Lee to buy me a bottle of wine on the way home. Probably will. Right, it looks like people are moving. And I'm going to have to be going soon. And I opened this and barely drank it because we were chit-chatting. But thanks for wasting this time with me. Thanks for helping me use some of this time. I was going to post a video tomorrow, shuffling things around a little bit, because Friday Faves is not actually officially coming back till next week. So Friday's video will be an empties. Sunday we're going to Matalan shop with me, and I have another shop with me for TK Maxx for next Wednesday. Since it's payday weekend, I thought you guys might be interested in some shopping content. Also, I have some kind of like secondhand / thrift tips. Do you think that would be worth a video or maybe just something on Instagram? I don't know, because I've had a few people message me recently about like wanting to shop less in actual shops, shop more secondhand. And I have some really good, well, probably not. It's not going to be like groundbreaking, is it? But some really good tips, some stuff that is useful for me. Interesting. I don't. Let me know. I must say I don't drink socially for that reason, but don't drink it socially for that reason, but the toothpaste keeps my teeth white. Yeah, it's a shame because it would definitely be what I would choose to drink socially if it wasn't for the death mouth. I don't know. Oh yes, we should go to a car boot. There's a car boot that is up at Keepmoat in Doncaster. It's not called Keepmoat anymore. The football stadium for Doncaster Rovers. It's called like something Gen Stadium now. They've got a new sponsor, which is going to be super weird because it's been that stadium for like 10 years. But they do a good car boot around there, and Milo tends to enjoy that for like toys and things in the summer. So yes, I will. Do you know what? I'm actually considering doing a car boot, like actually selling stuff at a car boot, because I think there's a lot of stuff. I feel like there would be a lot of stuff that I could get rid of. Right, I'm gonna go. Thank you for helping me pass some time. I will see you again on Friday. And I will post a picture of that dress now on Instagram.